I really like Lamzu as a brand because if it were mice or mousepads, the final product was always very satisfying. So, when I got a chance to try out this Lamzu Paro Aurora in advance, I was immediately interested. The mouse was sent by Lamzu for a review, but all opinions are mine, so let's get into it. I really had quite a bit of time to try the new Lamzu Paro out, so I gathered a bunch of stuff I wanted to share. As you can see, this is an ergo mouse. I usually lean more towards the classic symmetrical shapes, but this one, even for being an ergo, got me hooked. The essential thing was the size, because it's kinda small for an ergo. It's not quite X-Lite mini small, but it's also not as large as a medium or the DeathAdder V3 Hyperspeed. It sits very nicely right in between, and that's its strength. My hands are a bit larger, and it suited my claw grip the best. I had very good back support in the palm, and my fingers landed right on the edges of the main clicks. In bigger hands, fingertip could be possible, but why would you do that? So the next option is palm grip, and the Paro is super comfortable for that, especially if you like your fingers going over the edges of the main clicks or have a bit smaller hands than me. The angled ergo backhand is very nicely centered and slopes in a gradual way, so in my experience, it just copied my natural hand position. And not only the shape is good, but the build quality is actually great. The mouse doesn't squeak or bend anywhere when you squeeze it, it doesn't make any unwanted sounds, it's sturdy as a rock even though it only weighs around 48 grams. In terms of design, there's not much to talk about. It comes in white, or as in my case black, with just the Lamzu logo printed on the side. I'd like to follow up on this black color though, because it's called charcoal black, and that's exactly the way I describe its coating. It's in no way bad, it's great. It doesn't slip in the hand, is very grippy, but in the hand it's got a very dry feeling. It's very charcoal-like feeling, almost as if it was dusty, but in a good way. Simply, it feels great in the hand. And when it comes to buttons, there's not much bad to say. The Paro is using Omron's optical switches, however, these particular ones were made in collaboration with Lamzu and are extremely light, very easily spammable, and even pretty good sounding. You can't see any button wobble and no pre with very minimal post travel. The scroll wheel is nice, with a bit of rubber on top, very nicely defined steps, and a satisfying click, while both the scroll or the click doesn't require too much force. The side buttons weren't as flawless, because even though they are quite large and easy to press, they have more than I'd like post travel, and for them to be flawless, it should be fixed. Then on the bottom we have on-off switch, DPI button, and these two pretty large skates. I personally think that these are one of the better stock skates that you don't need to immediately replace. They glide nicely, in no way they feel scratchy, and are very nicely rounded and thick. This is exactly how I imagine good stock skates to be. And because this Paro Aurora is an updated version of the older Paro, we also have an upgraded sensor here, which comes with updated package. Inside you find the mouse, 1K receiver, cable, spare skates, grips, travel bag, and in retail package you also get an 8K receiver included. Unfortunately, I didn't get that one to review. After that, there's only one thing remaining, and that's the web software, where you can set up all the things like debounce time, DPI, polling rate, lift-off distance, but also motion sync, competition mode for the lowest latency possible, and even angle tune to adjust your horizontal lines if you're using a more, let's say, exotic grip. I set the mouse up to my liking and jumped straight into one game after another. I have to say that for me, not being the biggest Ergo mouse fan, this fit me beautifully. The smaller size offered me a lot of speed that I usually lose with much bigger mice, while it still offered me a lot of stability thanks to its natural shape. All the settings worked flawlessly and I didn't notice any problems during my usage. Signal was also very strong, I didn't have any dropouts, skips, or any other anomalies. Lamzu once again shown that they know what they're doing and made a good, well-built and great working mouse. There's beauty in simplicity, and the Lamzu Paro Aurora shows that. With a price of $120, I can't even say that it's expensive because the build quality, features, and experience corresponds to it. So, if you're looking for a smaller Ergo mouse, or maybe an alternative to the mainstream DeathAdder V3 Hyperspeed, the Lamzu Paro Aurora could be your choice. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. Here, check out another one, and I'll see you again next Friday. Bye!